Satang Prasanga.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's session. I pray that all is well with you and your families. So today we're moving on to the next sutra, and it goes as follows. To deal with the discouragement, tell Krishna openly and honestly how you feel. Do so until you are certain that you've been fully heard. Take your situation directly. In all the Vedas, this mood of emotion is glorified, and it's summed up in one word, bhava. And bhava or bhav is a very deep expression of love, bhakti. In our current situations, we are highly emotive, but only in reaction to material circumstances. In the perfected state, we have to learn how to use our emotions and repose that to Krishna, because the spiritual level of emotions is much more intense than the material levels of emotions. The Vedic literature tells us that emotions are the doorway to the soul. And until all the different upadhis, coverings are removed, we never actually experience the full potential of emotions of the soul. Because remember, the connection with the material world is highly intense. And let's take an example of happiness, the greatest happiness we can feel here in the material world. It's powerful, but in scripture we hear of Ananda. When emotions are reposed towards Krishna, then the soul can express itself through the medium of love. In the Bhakti Shastras, it's described how that emotions is the doorway to the soul. But at the level of the soul, when it has no other coverings and it's trying to express itself, it's nothing but pure love of God. We see the sutra goes on to say, to deal with discouragement, tell Krishna openly and honestly how you feel. Do so until you are certain that you've been fully heard. When we go in front of the altar, usually we just want to put our problem in front of Him. Now that we are there, we just say, Krishna, I'm here now, please help. But we forget the beauty of the Lord at that moment. We forget the majesty of the Lord at that moment. That's why the great devotees, they offer prayers first. Because when they come into contact with the Lord directly, it's a very powerful exchange. We see the great devotees like Dhruva. He couldn't even speak when he saw the Lord. The Lord had to touch him with the conch shell. And then from that great praise came. We see Narada Muni, 5th chapter of the 1st canto. After he saw the Lord in his meditation, he went crazy. He was like, where is he? Where is he? With Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, near here, near Mayapur, Kanai Natshala, when he saw Krishna for the first time. And he was completely enchanted by the beauty of Krishna, his beautiful black hair, beautiful eyes, his bimba fruit, red lips, his beautiful smile, Kastuba mani, Kastuba gem on his chest, and Srivatsa. And he was observing all this beauty of Krishna. And then he was running around. Where is he? Where is he? Because Krishna disappeared after that to increase the intensity. So in our experience, when the soul first comes into contact with this, after being conditioned for such a long time in the material world, it's overpowering. And the mood and the experience that the soul has is described by the scripture as Asta Sattvika Bhavas, that the body starts to manifest different things like horripilation, hair standing on end, ashru, tears from the eyes. So when one is in front of the Lord, first start by appreciating these aspects of the Lord. And then we know we're so eager to offer our burden of problems to his feet, just in case he doesn't know it already. We see, one of my first experiences in Tirupati, Balaji temple. 3-4 hours in the queue. And then you get right there to the front and then he says, only 10 seconds, darshan. And the guard is saying, Vanga Swami, Vanga Swami, Vanga, go, just keep moving. And you say, where's Balaji? And then you look right down and you see, there's he there. And then, Balaji, just in case I forget my problem, just sort it out, help me out. Where is the chance for any deep prayer or appreciating his beauty? So when we're standing in front of the Lord, this deep intensity, the soul manifests. The deep level of emotions from the soul has the potential to express itself. Because what's the greatest experience we have here? Happiness in the material world. But the Vedas describe Ananda. So the potential for the soul to experience a deeper, higher level is there, but it's not in matter, it's in spirit. So it's this deep emotions, but it's in accordance with Vedic literature. Without the connection with Vedic literature or authority, then it's sahaja. And sahaja means they love Krishna, they have a deep love for Krishna, but they don't accept any shastra, scripture. It's just as they feel. Now, how do you know that's not a mental construct? How do you know what you're feeling is not coming from your mind, that it's coming from your soul? So you don't have any guidance. Therefore, you need scripture. Therefore, we need scripture to guide us, to let us see this is what is correct and this is what is coming from your mind. I remember when I was in Vrindavan, just starting up as a pujari many, many years back. And in Prabhupada Samadhi, this one guy came there this one morning. It was one of these heavy characters, and he's just after Darshanarti and he's standing and looking at Prabhupada, and then he calls me, Pujari ji! And it's like, now. I just knew what was coming. So I went to him and he says, I can see Prabhupada moving. So I told him, don't worry, just take this Charanamrita, he'll stop moving. And this is because they have deep emotion, they have deep love, but no shastric guidance, and it becomes sentimental, sahaja, sentimental. Just, I love God and He comes in my dreams. So, coming in the dreams, how do you know it's just not a mental construct? We need shastric praman to see how Krishna interacts with his devotees, to feel how Krishna connects with his devotees. And this is very important for our own faith, for our own inner development. So without emotions, the soul can't really express itself, because all material conditionings, upadhis that it has, is a covering on it. But at the pure level, at the level of where the soul is, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, at that level, then that connection with the Lord is nothing but pure devotion, pure love towards Krishna. And that's so covered over now that it doesn't even feel real to us anymore. That we need a negative situation to bring that out, which is tragic. Such a beautiful thing, but needs a negative situation to bring that out. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays, Yugaitam yumisena chakshusha pravisaitam sunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name. Says, my Lord, I'm feeling a moment like 12 years or more. So one philosophical argument is that if we're still alive, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I'm still alive, therefore I don't have love of Krishna. If we're still alive, then the problem can't be so intense. Think about that one. If I'm still alive, that means the problem is not so intense. I'm still alive. I'm still going on. That means the problem is not so intense. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the reality is that not everybody wants to go back to Godhead. Although we are executing the procedures of sadhana, but the fact is that not everybody really wants to go back to Godhead. Because if we really wanted to, then how we stay a moment without Krishna? So enjoyment, we can modify the enjoyment here and carry on here and live within the illusion. So it is manageable within the construct of what we've created as life. But love of God is saying, no, don't be stuck here. Come out of this illusion and come back and experience the great joy of Ananda, of spiritual life. So I hope you've learned something today. Please join us again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.